What's up, my pilots? Angryponcho here, and we're back playing Crash Team Racing. In this episode, we're going to do the Yellow Gem Cup, and I am super excited about that because once we finish the Yellow Gem Cup, all we have left is the purple one, and then it's time to move on to the time trials, which are a whole different kind of race. I think I already did one of them. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I already did Crash Cove. But so you know what they are, how they work. The whole dealio with time trials that makes them more, well, not more interesting, but different. Just, you know, different is good. Is that you don't have other racers on the track, which means you don't have to deal with the items and the bumping into people and all that kind of stuff. So, you know. Oh, and those obstacles are still there, unfortunately. Yeah, give me some Wumpa fruit. Uh-huh. I'm gonna race pretty poorly since it's been a while since I played, but you know, that's life. Oh yeah, I got one good item, and I hit another stupid thing. I feel like a fool. See how many people I can hit with it. That was just too disappointing. That item has much more potential, and I have hit almost every single one of those so far. It's alright. I can take a race or two to get warmed up. Oh, again, I fail to toss a potion in front of anyone. I have not done that successfully in this entire LP. I could do it when I was a kid. I just have not pulled it off in the past 10 years. That's what it comes down to. I'm an old fart now. I'm not any good at video games. That's how it goes. Once you no longer qualify as a teenager, your video game quality deteriorates if you don't practice. I mean, when you're a kid, I guess when you're a kid you kind of play so much it doesn't even feel like practicing. It's kind of the wrong word. It implies that you're forcing yourself to do it. I'm just going to go slow and get these Wumpa fruit, because that jump doesn't give you much speed anyway, and it's a box that had already been picked up enough times that there's not 10 in it. But the random fruit are still there. Probably can hit one of these. Yep. I could tell that from the angle I was coming in. Alright, looks like it's going to be a race to the finish here. I'm going to neglect the Wumpa fruit in order to take a shorter path. Hopefully nobody really fast will go right by me at the end. Although they are right on my tail, so anything could happen. Oh! I'm exploding through the finish line. First place. And that last lap was actually my best one, despite getting blown up right at the end there. I guess I got blown up on the other two laps, too. Oh well, 9 points for me. Thank you very much. So what have you guys been up to lately? I have, well, you know what? I've been doing all kinds of stuff. Right now, I'm just sitting here on a Monday night, and I'm drinking Coca-Cola. It's actually Diet Coke with lime, which is kind of weird because I really like lime. I've talked about limes before. Oh, that was way too early. I hate this track. Didn't we already do this track? I could have sworn we already did the cup with this track. I guess we already did the Crash Team racing token for this track in order to unlock this cup. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Nobody wants the Wumpa fruit, huh? Alright. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Anyway, I've talked about, or at least maybe I've mentioned in the past, that limes are my favorite food. Look at me using power slides on straightaways! But Diet Coke with lime is a whole other animal. You get kind of... I guess it's because it's not real lime. It's lime flavoring. Because I really enjoy taking, you know, a squeeze of lime and tossing that in my soda, be it a Coke or whatever. But when it's the actual canned Diet Coke with lime, it says on the can with lime, you know, it's not quite the same, I guess. What the hell am I even talking about right now? Oh wait, I have a good opportunity to put a potion in front of someone here. Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Oh, she went around it! Sisters, man, the sibling rivalry is nuts. That's something to talk about. Sibling rivalry. I went on vacation. It's just a week. It's the week after Thanksgiving. I hit that guy so hard I bounced up in the air and got a boost when I landed. A turbo, as they call them in this game. Not a boost, although that would be the word that an 8-year-old would use. Like me, I would have said boost when I first played this game, because turbo sounds way too technical. Anyway, it's the week after Thanksgiving. I'm getting great speed. I'm running into walls. I'm ruining it. Week after Thanksgiving, I just got back from vacation with my parents and went down to Florida, visited my grandfather who lives down there. That's my maternal grandfather, meaning he's my mom's dad. And, whoa, hello. The white furry little bastard, as opposed to the orange one, just ran into me from underneath, shooting me up into the air. And he's trying to use his good turning abilities to win this track, but I'm not going to let him. I will hit him with this thing to start with. Now I'll miss the boost, which someone else will undoubtedly hit. Anyway, long story short, went on vacation, spent a lot of time with my younger brother, who's a senior in high school. He's a pretty cool dude. I would hesitate to... Oh, I should have thrown the potion in front of her. I had the perfect chance, and I got shot by a rocket. I hesitate to use the word kid when talking about him anymore because he's actually 17 and he's taller than me, which it feels weird calling him a kid. Not just because he's taller than me, also because he's not the 8-year-old that my brain thinks he is. It's kind of weird how sometimes when you get used to something as a kid, you don't notice it changing. Like you're like getting older. It's something that kind of sneaks by you, and especially when it's somebody else, you don't notice other people getting older when you see them all the time. If it's somebody that you only see once a year, you know, you get that whole "oh my gosh, look how much you've grown" thing going. But if you see them every day, like you would a sibling, you don't notice that they're getting taller. It just happens so gradually. So yeah, at some point he stopped qualifying for the word kid, but I don't know when it was. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I was going to talk about is sibling rivalries. I wanted to hit that box with my bomb, but I missed the box with both my cart and the bomb. Sibling rivalries. Because when I was a kid, my brother and I, we had I wouldn't even call it a sibling rivalry. We had sibling animosity. We were a very nasty pair of siblings. We terrorized each other at any opportunity. I will hit someone with a potion. And I ended up on the upper track. That sucks. No, my sister took the box from me again. Dang it. I'm gonna hit my own potion, aren't I? Wow. Is that karma or just stupidity? Come on, rain clouds. I'm gonna get at least third or worse in this track now. Oh wait, maybe I have a chance. I do have better base speed than both of these carts. If I can... Oh, come on. Oh, just do something. And it's a 4th place finish. That last lap was bad. How many times did I get blown up that last lap? At least 2 times, maybe 3. I got hit by a rocket. I got blown up right at the end. I was going to hit that turbo track, and then I got blown to the side. Anyway, my brother and I had a crazy amount of animosity as kids. We would terrorize each other at any turn. And part of it was because we both perceived our parents as favoring the other one, which I think is the source of all sibling rivalries, is vying for parental affection. Alright. Another curvy track we have to deal with here. Air Speedway. This is probably the hardest regular series in terms of gem cups, because you got all these curvy, annoying tracks like Air Speedway and Tiny's Arena, whatever that thing is called. Hit the track. There we go. Well done. That was pretty good until you missed the jump. Now you're in last place and look like a fool to boot. I will make it this time. Look at InGen back here like, I'm not a very good driver. I have a rocket in my head. It doesn't do much for hand-eye coordination. Honestly, it doesn't make him a very scary villain either. It kind of just makes you wonder if he's going to blow up at any moment. Which isn't so much scary as it is worrying. Just like, oh dude, don't freak out, okay? I don't want that rocket in your cranium to ignite. Alright, here we go. Let's make up some ground with the new Luca. If I'd gotten one of these on the previous track, actually I think I might have. I just couldn't put it to very good use because it's too curvy. Anyway, there was all kinds of stuff that my brother and I would do when we were kids, and one of them was that whenever this is from my point of view, of course. If you still asked him, he might say something different. But I'm honest. I am telling you the real side of the story. Don't believe a word he says. Whenever I was playing video games, which at the time would have been this game, and he, you know, came back from whatever he was doing and saw me playing video games. Get away from me! Get away from me! Oh, come on. I'm amazed I didn't go off the side of the track there. That wall must be a lot higher than it looks like it is. Whenever I was playing video games, my brother would come in and he'd say, oh, you know, I'd like to play video games. Not out loud. It's just this is his internal monologue. He'd look at me playing video games and say, Trevor looks happy there. I should destroy this. And so he would ask for a turn, and me being, you know, a kid, I'd go, hit it, hit it! Oh, you... Me being a kid, I would go, you know, no. What did you expect? And then his inevitable response as a younger child, he's 4 years younger than me. Actually, yeah, 4 years younger than me. 4 and some change. His inevitable response would be, you know, Mom! He'd go and tell Mom. And then our mom would say, you know, let your brother have a turn. And I would be a little pouty for a little while. But the thing that bothered me about it was not taking turns. I had no issue with taking turns. I mean, you know, every kid has a little bit of an issue with it, because it's like, oh, my turn's over. Sad. I'm going to miss this jump 2 times in one race. That's just embarrassing. Oh, this is bad. I might not even win this cup. I'm going to keep the video either way, because this is good commentary, but I missed with 2 bombs in this video, too. Jeez. I need a good item in order to pull this one up. That is not going to do it for me. This track is too curvy to even use that very effectively. Yeah, so I didn't have an issue with taking turns per se, beyond the issue every kid has, that it's sad when your turn is over. The issue was that it didn't matter how long I'd been playing. He always got to have a turn right away. I could have been there all day while, you know, sick home from school playing, or I could have literally just started, and it wouldn't matter how long I had been there. If he came up and asked for a turn, it was his turn. And it bothered me so much that I would do everything I could to refuse him a turn, and I somehow managed to win without getting any good items at the end there. And so that was one of the times I always perceived my parents as favoring him, because whenever he wanted a turn, he got one right away. It was like, it's his turn now, you're getting kicked off, Trevor. He's going to play for half an hour, and then it'll be your turn for half an hour, and we'll alternate. It's like, well, I only got to play for 5 minutes just now, and you're already kicking me off. I should get a full half hour. Like, nope, that is not how it worked. Of course, there are 2 sides to every story, and I was a very antagonistic older brother, meaning that I would do anything I could to irritate my little brother. I was a troll in the making, to be honest. I was really good at it. I figured out the things that made him mad, and I just tried to time them effectively so that he would be really annoyed with me. And, you know, part of that when you're a kid, when I speak of timing, is just doing it, like, constantly. Or whenever he's most irritated, never let up. Always continue the irritation. And one of those stories that I actually might have mentioned before, because it's such a memorable part of my childhood. Did I already miss the part where I could have cheated? I'm probably going to cheat on the second lap. Skip some of this. There's a shortcut you can take. Anyway, that was good enough. I would have gotten the R if that had been the CTR challenge. One of the things that I remember the most, one of the ways I antagonized my brother, was he had this cape. It was just a kid's cape. It was, you know, he was probably, we were like 11 and 7 years old, maybe. We were real young. We might have been even younger than that. I was probably like 9, and he might have been 5. Pretty young kids, especially him. So I was old enough to understand that I could annoy him and get some serious schadenfreude out of it. And he was young enough to be completely vulnerable to trolling. Because one of the things with any kind of trolling is that I think it works a lot better on people who are less mature, because they just can't resist the urge to argue and to get upset about stuff that doesn't matter. Like what somebody else thinks or says. Even if it's just complete nonsense. I'm going to attempt a jump over the railing here. I'm not going to make it. That's okay. I might try it twice. I might try it again on the next lap. I'm doing well enough on my own. So one of the things was he had this cape. It was a kid's cape, you know, felt just kind of, you know, not too exciting. But he really liked it. He wore it a lot. It came with a mask as well. And the cool thing about this one was that it was sort of made of felt, and it came with all these Velcro shapes and patterns and things that you could stick onto it, so you could decorate it however you wanted. And of course he had it all adorned with some triangles and some squares and some zigzags, you know, very kid-like kind of patterns, simple shapes, just, you know, fun colors, that kind of thing. It was red, and he had green and yellow on it and all kinds of stuff like that. It was very kiddie. But the thing that annoyed him was, it was very simple, but very effective. I would walk up behind him, and I taught my friends how to do this, of course, so we could all team up. That was good placement, Dingadile. I would walk up right behind him. Actually, Dingadile's in second place in the cup. I need to beat him in this race, or we're gonna tie. This is getting intense. I need to make this jump, is what needs to happen. Just barely. Yeah. Okay, it's in the bag now. I'd walk up behind him, and I would flick the bottom of the cape up, as though a substantial breeze had somehow appeared out of my brother's posterior, and I would make the oh-so childish and yet oh-so effective sound. And I didn't even have to say anything. Other than, that was enough. That was the whole thing. And he would flip his shit. Oh, it cracks me up to this day thinking about how much it annoyed him. But you know, I had to get him back for kicking me off of my video games all the time. It was always his turn. Or at least that's how I remember it. So yeah, that is a couple stories from Sibling rivalry in my childhood. And that was the Yellow Gem Cup, the last regular cup, meaning the last one where we actually race the other drivers. The next cup, the Purple Gem Cup, we are racing on the boss tracks, and rather than racing against the other 7 carters, we are going to race against the 4 boss characters.
Congratulations, you've won a gem.
So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Let's Play Crash Team Racing when we do what I just said we were going to do. Weren't you paying attention?